Only started to notice it when as I was older and I started to travel. I was traveling abroad, mostly for Erasmus trainings and Erasmus projects, and then I noticed the diversity issues the most. Because I got to meet a lot of people from different backgrounds, from different countries, from different cultures. That sort of opened my eyes to the fact that there are different people. So whenever a person from a different background comes in and you can tell that they are from a different culture, it makes you curious, so it brings up a lot of questions. I think that's a very good thing, because that way you educate and you can learn. And that brings us to the second question, which is, how do you think diversity contributes to the overall environment? So I think it contributes a lot of things, which is, as I mentioned, knowledge, bringing more knowledge about things that you would not think of before, because it brings a different perspective, different ways of doing things.
To be sure that we were understood by outsiders, that meant that I couldn't use any Belgian expressions in the comic strips, and all my predecessors, the gods of the comic strips, spent their time.
So in other countries, how should I say, it's visible that it's different. So I'm living in Budapest, and Budapest is not too diverse. If you are seeing a colored person or somebody else, you can guess that it's a foreigner or a tourist. But if you go, I don't know, to Vienna, or we are traveling around Europe and different kind of Western countries, that you can see that even people who live there, it has more diverse states and different kinds of churches. We don't have big Muslim communities here, we don't have big black communities here, and I don't know, when you are going away, then you can see that it's quite different. So you can see the changes with an eye of a Hungarian youth worker. And also another example I can give you is like when we are in Spain, compared to this, I know like girls can kiss on the streets, and it doesn't happen in Hungary. Mostly you can see just heterosexual couples bonding on the streets and not really anything else, because it's kind of like seen as a bad thing, being not heterosexual. So that's also, I think, a part of a diversity issue, that with every regard, as I'm saying, that we are quite homogenic, and when I'm going to these kind of communities or I'm traveling abroad, it's visible that people are not that homogenic in reality, as I think we would imagine it with the public eye. During my workplace as a youth worker, I just have positive things about diversity, so we didn't really have any problems because we have the diverse groups. Of course, this is a unique environment on Erasmus, that everybody is so open-minded, or everybody just, if they have any problems, they don't really say it, because for a week everybody can be open and tolerant and everything like that. So always this is a kind of a good experience, because people don't really care about this kind of stuff when they are in this project. How do you think diversity contributes to the overall environment in your workplace? Yeah, I said it. I think it makes more colorful, and people can learn a lot from it when they are meeting different kind of people and different kind of backgrounds, and it's a really nice experience for self-development, and even just realizing who you are really and what is the differences between you and other people. So for my work, actually, it's a really good thing to have it. If there is just 20 guys, I don't know, from Hungary, it makes no sense to have this kind of projects. So yeah, we need many more people.
Deci, atunci când spun că nu mă puteți ajuta, la asta mă refer. Credeam vorbit cu o persoană care a zis că ar trebui să mă duc în cealaltă parte de stație ca să pot să fac rost de bilet pentru Paris. Altfel sunt information point-uri care sunt efectiv doar în germană și nu ajută cu nimic. Deci, da, oricum ați văzut, e foarte aglomerat, lumea se împinge în tine, nu le pasă. Și totul e minunat.
we are psychologically coded to be afraid of everything we don't know about. It's a really hard thing to get people to not be afraid from what they don't know. And diversity is something which can be frightening, because what you don't understand, that actually you cannot really love, or you cannot really accept. Diversity gives strength to community. So when a community is more diverse, it gets more flexible, more flexible. It can do more things. It's like more protected from outside danger, because many types of people are there, and many kind of answers can be given for different kind of problems they could face as a community. So when I'm thinking about diversity, I'm thinking about how can you do it with communities. So value-wise, this is it. Like I think every person has some value that is fruitful for a community, or for them as an individual. They are they say more valuable because of it, that they are unique, that they are doing something else, or they are not as the same as every other people. So this uniqueness and this strength is actually a big value for me also, that when you are trying to work with people or see people as who they are, you have to get this individuality in them and develop that. So you are not trying to make them to be like everybody else, but to make themselves develop in their own unique ways they should develop. and that's also part of diversity. Regarding this other type of things that, okay, religiously or sexually or ethnically diverse groups, I think it's kind of the same, that as a humankind we are more strong because these kind of things exist. So I don't know the word in English, like just by instance, but yeah, more resistant or more resilient. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. We are as humanity, or even that we have many types of people.
March 6, 1945, the Wehrmacht blew up the bridge to make it difficult for the Allies to cross the Rhine. After the end of the war, one of the two railway bridges was rebuilt and opened in 1948. Between 1956 and 1959, as well as from 1986 to 1987.
There was a guy from Serbia who was not really, I don't know, tolerant, I don't know how to say it, like a Serbian guy coming from a tough background, and he was more like, okay, well, these gay people. I don't know why he came to the project actually, if it was problematic with this kind of stuff, but when he was seeing this, he was more about, just thinking like he doesn't like this, but by the end of the week he could be more open, and he said himself that I'm meeting these people, I just realized they're the same as me, so when you have these kind of things, this actually, you can see people developing, like I haven't seen a black person before, I don't know, like it can happen with many participants, and it's just nice to see how they can be more open-minded by experience. I don't know how to say it, like even of course Erasmus people are already something like this, but what changes or improvements would you suggest to create a more inclusive and diverse atmosphere? I mean, in the world, yeah, it's the same. I mean, go to psychologists, for a lot of people. Then don't be that anxious and don't be that afraid, and be a bit more open for something which you don't understand, but it's just generally coming from people's fears and inside problems and lack of energy, basically, to understand and try to understand everyone, because it can be very tiring when you are, just imagine when you are having, I don't know, like a relationship with one significant other, is how hard it is, and when you are having many types of different kind of groups with many types of different kind of relationship between you, it's really hard. So I can really understand it doesn't go like this in the world, but I think these kind of programs and these kind of educational things, and I don't know, like the mental health level, let's say, for the people, is not approved. What is it? Is developed. Let's say that again. Then it can be more okay with the diversity. Even you don't have to pressure it. People don't. people who are not tolerant or not accepting many other people is not just because they're stupid or evil. That's not true. It's because they're afraid of them, and I don't know, they're afraid of their own value or their own existence, basically. And it's really hard to say that it's not true. I mean, of course, it's not true, but for people to understand it, like when you are being anxious, like a person, just an individual, is anxious about imagined scenarios all the time, which will never happen. Can you imagine, like, this is with groups also the same, that people are just being anxious about scenarios which will never happen, but they are afraid of it because, oh my god. And people who are not like us can be the embodiment of this anxiousness, and it's really hard to just say, oh, you're stupid. No, it's more hard than that, I think. But sure, I mean, through education and through mental health, it can be more diverse and people can be more accepting. If someone is fine with their own lives, they don't really care what others do.
Lasă